everybody, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus painting tutorial, and today we are painting the new Stormcast terrain, the Stormreach Portal. Yes, here it is. It's absolutely enormous. Look at how big this boy is. It's so big. Now, Games Workshop have very kindly sent this to me early to build up and paint with all of you, and that is exactly what we are going to be doing today. So we're going to jump in and we're going to start painting it. It has been primed in grey Seer, and the colour we're going to be using first is Nuln Oil, and we're going to be applying this over the top of, well, all of our white stone, of which there is a lot. So we're just going to start up here and just start working it in. To all of these nooks and crannies. Now don't worry if it's a little bit patchy in places, that's okay. We are going to fix it a little bit later on. But for now, I kind of just want to slap it on there really. So with that Nuln Oil applied all over, what we're now going to do is we're going to take some Seraphim Sepia and we're going to apply this over the top. So with that Seraphim Sepia all applied, what we're now going to do is we're going to take some grey Seer and we're going to dry brush this over the top of all of that stone. Now we are avoiding, for example, the faces of Sigmar. So you've got the two on either side of the building and you've got the two on the steps. But I should point out we actually didn't put any Seraphim Sepia over them as well, despite having put the Nuln Oil over the top of them in the first place. However, we're going to do something different with those later on. So for now, just concentrate on the rest of the stone. Now when you get to the kind of flatter bits of the building, what we want to do, for example that large wall there, is we want to dry brush this in circles just to really kind of buff it up. Like that. So with that grey Seer dry brush all applied, we're then going to take some Pallid Wych Flesh and we're going to use this much more targeted way, just aiming to pick out the edges As you can probably tell, we're also using this Pallid Witch Flesh to dry brush the faces. And so with that Pallid Witch Flesh all applied, what we're then going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Night Lord's Blue, because we've got a bunch of kind of just flat blue details to work on, and well, because they're quite large, it's just going to be easier to use Night Lord's Blue. So we're going to be applying this over top of this panel on the floor, around here like this. We're going to be applying this around these twin-tailed comets in here, like so, and we're also going to be applying this around the outside of the faces on the walls, around there. So with that Night Lord's Blue all applied, what we're now going to do is we're going to take some Frostheart. We're going to take a roughly 2 parts Frostheart to 1 part Lahmian Medium mix. We're going to apply this all over the top of the portal itself. And hopefully, as you're doing this, you can actually just use the sort of lightning-y bits to guide your sections. So with that Frostheart mix all applied, what we're then going to do is we're going to take some Tyran Blue. I'm going to use this as a kind of recess shade around the portal. So what we want to do is we just want to use, we don't want to use loads here, but in these recesses, we just want to use a little bit of Tyran Blue just to kind of accentuate the colour. Whilst we're waiting for the portal to fully dry, what we're going to do is we're going to take some black Templar and we're going to apply this over the top of the roof. So whilst we're now waiting for that roof to dry, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Corax White and we are going to very gently dry brush this over the top of the portal. And what we're looking to do here really is kind of pick out the ridges in the portal and helpfully, because there's so much kind of texture going on, it'll pick out the kind of lightning forks, but like in a very satisfying way. So it'll almost look like they've been spot highlighted, which of course they haven't been. You want to very, very casually, very gently build this up. So that way it doesn't look quite scuffed or anything. So just very, very, very gentle pressure here. So with that portal all dry brushed, what we're then going to do is we're going to take some Eshin Grey and we're going to dry brush this over the top of the roof. With that Eshin Grey dry brush applied, we're then going to take some Dawnstone and we're going to very gently now apply this over the top of the roof. So with that all done, what we're now going to do is we're going to tackle our biggest layer yet, which is going to be some thinned down Retributor Armour. We're going to apply this over pretty much all of the remaining details, excluding these braziers and bits of soil down here. Oh, and you know, the little twin-tailed comets down there and all that kind of thing. So this is going to take some time. But we're going to be taking some thinned down Retributor Armour and we're just going to be applying this over top of all of these details. So just take your time, move through section by section, and if you need to do two thin coats, then that's okay. So with all of that Retributor Armour now applied, it's looking pretty good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to shade all of the Retributor Armour. I'm going to use Reikland Fleshshade to do it. So we're just going to start applying this. Like so. Over the top of all the gold. And again, this is probably going to take you a little while. And the reason we're using Reikland Fleshshade is just because it's a solution that's straight out of the pot here. So to save time on thinning down Gilman flesh and whatnot, We'll just use the Reikland, it's okay. It's a piece of terrain after all. So with all of that Reikland Fleshshade applied across all of the gold, what we're now going to do is we're going to once again take some Retributor Armour. I'm going to use this to basically relayer all the wide open details in the gold. So with that Retributor Armour reapplied, we're then going to dry brush all of our gold with some Liberator Gold. So with that Liberator Gold dry brush applied, we're then going to take some Black Legion and we're going to apply this inside the A up here. With that all done, what we're then going to do is we're going to take two colours, Magmadroth Flame and Black Legion, and we're going to apply these over the top of the flames and the braziers. So what we're going to do, we're going to apply the Magmadroth Flame like this, and then we're going to bring it up onto the flames above, like so. Wash the brush, then grab some Black Legion, and apply it over the top, like so. Wash the brush, then go back to Magmadroth Flame, and use that to smooth out the blend, like that. So with all of those flames now done, what we're going to do is we're going to do the gems. Now they're not really gems because it's stone, so what we're going to do is we're going to take some Blood Angels Red and these diamond shapes. That's what I was going to say. On the foreheads of all four of our heads are the targets of our Blood Angels Red. Just like that. So with that Blood Angel's red applied, we're then going to take some Baharroth Blue and we're going to thin it down, sort of 3 or 4 parts water. I'm going to use this to fill up the cracks up here. As well as run it into the large sigil that we did the Black Legion into. And so with that all done, we're now going to take some thinned down Iron Warriors. I'm going to apply this over the top of the braziers. Just like that. So with all that Iron Warriors applied, we're then going to take some Wyldwood. We're going to apply this over top of the soil. So with that done, our final thing is going to be to take some Nuln Oil. I'm going to use this over the top of the silver. And so, after a long old wait, the Stormcast Eternals finally have their own faction terrain, and it is absolutely enormous. It's very pretty as well. I really like this building. I kind of want to get some more to kind of make a big Stormcast board, but I'm going to wait, see if there's any more Stormcast themed terrain. Not necessarily faction terrain, but just slightly more Azerite stuff. That would be nice. If you enjoyed this video, you love the channel, and you'd like to support me further, you absolutely can do so by heading to patreon.com/warhipster, just like all of these wonderful, amazing people have done. And alternatively, you could become a YouTube channel member by clicking on the join button below, exactly like these fabulous folks have done, scrolling up on the screen before you. There are so many of you out there that it really takes my breath away, and I cannot thank you enough for everything you do, as without you I wouldn't be able to keep making these Contrast Plus videos. And if you really like this video and you want to send me a little thanks, just click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.